Well, I'm at Olson's now, and I still get comments, why don't you show live auction? Here's how the auctions work here now. It's all timed, it's all silent, timed online auction. That's all we get now. There's no live auctions to attend. When this auction closes, this is the one I previewed last week. And it closes tomorrow at the time of my recording, April 2nd. So afterwards, I'll make a video with a slideshow and give the final results on it. This auction starts on April 4th and closes on April 8th and 9th, I think. It's all timed online. Bid on whatever tickles your fancy. It's a very nice 766 here as well. So let's just go see what's here. Here's a John Deere 1120. This one's restored. Got new rubber all the way around, new paint. I don't think the seat's not the proper original, but everything else has been done on this. Shows 1,689 hours on it. Brand new rear tires. Where are they? 16930s? Yeah. 3-point hitch. It's got the top link with it and 2 sets of remotes. It's a nice old tractor. These are German built, and it's nice and straight and everything. Like, I'd call this a restoration. So there you go. Here's a nice looking Massey 255. It's missing the part of the grill screen at the top. I don't know why, but I must have lost that one time. But the grill's nice and straight that's there. Rubber looks good on it. $25.45.4 hours, that's not bad. It could be, the tires aren't bad, and they look to me like they could be the originals. Possibly, anyways. It's got a 3-point hitch and a drawbar, and there again, the drawbar has no wear on it either. It's got 2 sets of remotes on it with a 3-point. Nice old tractor. Of course, Massey uses Perkins engines, so that's what this has. Somebody put a master switch on, so they must have had a problem with the battery draining. So there you go. Here's a fairly new John Deere tractor. What is it, 4052M? Yeah, this thing can't be that old at all. But there again, plastic fenders and stuff. 3-point drawbar. The paint's not even out of the hole in the drawbar yet. So my guess is this thing doesn't have very many hours on it, and it's gonna bring a pretty penny. And look at the bucket too, that hasn't done much work. So there you go. Here's a Cat Challenger. This is, I think, the first one I've got on video, selling by auction. I don't know what size of Challenger this is. It's got 4 remotes on it and a real heavy drawbar. Nice big tractor for somebody. I don't know what it's got for power. I think it's definitely a Cat engine of some sort. The C12. So it's a newer Challenger. Look at all the weights they got up front too. So there's a nice tractor for somebody. Here's a Case IH 9230. This has got a Cummins engine. It looks like it's an 8.3. This tire's not the best, but for a dual it's adequate. Rubber, the back rubber looks nice. 18/4/38 all the way around. Heavy drawbar. I think these are a Steiger built tractor too, actually, and it's 4 remotes. This one does have a PTO, it's 1 3/4. I think they are the big thousands. There's a nice tractor for somebody. I think this is a Cummins engine. There you go, nice Case IH tractor for somebody. Here's a 766, a black stripe 766, which is kind of neat. They didn't make a lot of black stripe 766s, I don't think. New rubber on the back. It's got long enough, they'd be 34s by the look of it. Steers are good too. Cabs actually, they got they're holding up the interior with paint stir sticks, but for most part the interior is not that bad. Actually, I gotta check for hours. They don't do that often, but I think this being the shape it's in, I think it has original hours on it. 6,344.3 hours. But even this is not that bad a shape on this tractor. It's a nice tractor, it really is. They're Goodyear tires on it, and the axles are long enough you can put duals on it. Like he's got the long axles. It's got dual remotes and the drawbar, and the drawbar looks like it's in good shape. 7 would probably been a loader tractor, it's just my guess, but I could be wrong. But yeah, this tire here is good too. I hope they get good money out of this tractor. Somebody, you see somebody put built a battery box up here so they didn't have to buy the long skinny batteries anymore. These are a pain to put batteries in, actually. This one has the serial plate on the bottom. 17924 is the serial number, so. And these start at 7101, so they didn't make that many 7s really. In 766s. There you go, nice tractor, and look how nice the cab is and stuff. This one, all you'd have to do is power polish it and it'll look really nice. So there's a very, very nice 766. And another thing, the grill doesn't have a crack. Well, I guess one right there, but the grill is very nice, front's nice. This is a very, very nice 766, one of the best 66s I've seen, to be honest with you. So there you go. Here's a newer versatile 2360. So this is fairly new. Like Ford owned Versatile at one time, and now Bueller has got back, and I think they're Canadian once again. These are quite the tires, 850 60/38, so they're wide buggers. And they still have the planetaries there. They're typical Versatile. I think it's still a Cummins engine too, although it's the newer one. But this would be quite a tractor. The Versatiles always were a good tractor. They got a pintle hitch on the back instead of a drawbar. That's interesting, and it's got 4 remotes. Somebody added that to it. That's all made out of cutting edges, I think. And the original drawbar, I think, has been cut off and welded to this. Could be wrong. Yeah, I think I think something like that. But this tire's bad. The rest aren't bad, but this tire's tired. That's a nice tractor for somebody. Here's a Massey 44 Special. They got a blade on it and they got a spear on it for lifting bales if need be too. But these 44 Specials are actually quite rare. And someone put a spin on it, a PHA day, they converted it to that. It's got an hour meter on it. There's a ding there, but other than that, this tractor's fairly nice, and it's got chains that looks like new 16 930 tires on it. It's actually, no, this is a sealed beam, but this looks like an IH light. The Massey lights are a bit different. Yeah, it is. Look at there. Took these lights off an IH and put the back light to the front, but yeah, it's nice. It's got the original gauges, although the ammeter's buggered up. It's a nice old Massey tractor. There's a little ding there. Yeah, back tires are good. Front ones are car tires, but you can change that or pick up tires. It's a nice old tractor for somebody. It really is. Well, we got some more red power. Here's a 560. Somebody put a snow blade on. It's not very wide, so the 560 will play with that. 3620 SY. I'm thinking it's probably 1960 model. 60 or 61. Somebody put an alternator on, which you can, like, could get the proper brackets for them even, because you just get a 706 one or 656 one, they'll work just fine. Back tires are okay, like they're old, but they're not that bad. Somebody just put a bolt in the drawbar to hold that, but I don't think it's welded. You could make a tractor very easy. Have one of these crazy seats on, but at least they kept the seat up. Fenders are decent. These things here are always buggered. This particular tractor, it's not as bad, but they're always bent down. I don't know why. But on the 560, 660s, that's a problem. This fender's dinged a bit on the bottom. The other one's good. Yeah, this tire's not bad either. They're old tires, but they're still good. This one's got the belt pulley on it. It's a nice old tractor. They got a block heater on, which is a good thing with a 282. It's been slobbering a bit, but that's normal. Like, if you get these warmed up enough, it'll clear that up. It's a nice old tractor. The front tires are tired, but for most part, and it needs some lights, but it's a nice tractor for somebody. There you go. Here's a Comfort King. There's a big surprise there, because Comfort Kings come to this auction more than any other I've ever seen. I think this is a 730. Front tires are old, but the back ones are really nice, and the back ones are your big thing. Don't really care for the way they cut the hood off to take it off, and it was perfect hood too until they cut that out. Just somebody may not be able to lift it over like the... Oh, I see, they did that to get a muffler clamp on. I can't say as I care for that much, but it'll be perfectly straight other than that. Tire's really good. Like, this back tire's nice. So enough of this one's good too, but I think it's older. It's a nice old tractor for somebody. These are very popular anymore. Nice old tractor. There you go. And even for a loader tractor, you know, the grill's not even that bad for a loader tractor. Here's a case. These are David Brown tractors originally, but it's this is after they taken over David Brown. I think this is what, 1290, 1390. It's missing the fenders. I don't care for that much, especially as chains on. Really don't care for no fenders with chains, but probably the chains buggered up the fenders, but rubber's decent. Got a drawbar and 3-point and the PTO top links with it. Dual remotes. Shows 4,737 hours on it. Fairly decent loader tractor for somebody. Here's another nice blade tractor. This one's a Cockshutt 1850, and it's got a blade on the front for plowing snow. good rubber on it. Like those fronts are nice, backs are like brand new. A lot of money there. Like these look like what 23 130s they are, so there's a lot of dollars worth in these back tires alone. Got shows 5,275.9 hours on it. Got a drawbar, 2 remotes, and PTO on the back. But there's another new tires. Like these, the rubber on this tractor is worth it. And tractor this old, put that kind of money in, and those are brand new. Look at that. They haven't done anything. Put brand. If you thought they saw enough about this tractor, put new rubber on it. Something that's worth buying for sure. Means the rest of the tractor they thought would be good too, or otherwise they wouldn't have put tires like that on it. So there you go, nice Cockshutt for somebody. Here's a Deutz 9130. Good rubber all the way around too. Yeah, this is your Deutz air-cooled engine. It's got 20.838s on, all nice tires. It's got triple remotes and drawbar, 1000 RPM PTO. I don't know if these are 2-speed or not, but it's a nice tractor. Very nice tractor for somebody. Looks like they cut off the axles, which is a shame, but it's a nice old tractor. This has got the 6-cylinder engine in it, 6-cylinder turbocharged engine in it. It's a nice old tractor. Here's a very nice Case 2590. Like these have a fiberglass front end on them and not a crack or anything in it. It's got weights up front, but this must have been kept indoors. The paint's too nice for it not to be. It's got 14L 16 ones on the front, so big boots. Seemed pretty good. This tire though is 20.8, is not so good. Yeah, that need attention. But the interior looks like, look at the interior in this tractor too. It needs some stuff for the cab, but for the most part it's nice. This tire is the only concern I got so far. They're tired, like it needs attention. Got dual remotes in the drawbar. That's a nice old tractor for somebody. It just needs some rubber on the back. So there you go. Here's a nice old Cat 235 with a thumb on it. I'm concerned that there's no teeth on the bucket, and it almost looks like they're digging on the frogs for the teeth, which is no good, so I don't care for that much. Got a broken pad. Someone might have nailed it with the bucket, I don't know, but that happens. Undercarriage is, yeah, I don't think it's great, but might be okay. These glass is cracked, but it's a nice hoe. These are big hoe. They're like a 450 size hoe. They're not small. We had 2 of these excavators at one time, and they were both excellent. Here's an 892 John Deere. Where you got John Deere guys, you might know these. Were these replaced by the 270? And I know they're a Hitachi excavator with John Deere power. I just don't know what size they are for sure. They look about 270-ish. So there you go. And here's the 270 John Deere right here. It looks very similar to the 892, so I'm guessing that's what replaced the 892. But there again, they're Hitachi built machines. They're not made by John Deere. 892 looked better than this one, actually. Even though this is a newer machine, the 892 I think is the better one of the two. Here's a Farmall Super MD right here. Got Super M decals, but it is a Super MD. Somebody's changed this front end. It does not have the right hubs on it, so my guess is somebody's changed the front end to make it a wide front, but it's a wide front nonetheless, and if you change the hubs, nobody'd be any of the wiser. Yeah, it's got the proper A injection pump. This is a stage 1 Super MD, it's not a stage 2. So you see the starter. It's got the original battery boxes. One of them went over here, and one of them was beside the seat at one time. It's got 15.538, I would guess, or 14.9, something like that. Tires are good, actually. At least this one's good. The other one's smiling a little bit more, but it's still not bad. Someone's got hydraulics on it. You see someone put a hydraulic system on it. It's not the original hydraulics. I don't know what they did here. Oh, this is a good idea. That was a brake latch. That's a real good idea. It definitely is a stage 1. It's got the original dash, but they put all these switches here for these other lights. I'd get rid of all that and put proper ones on if I got it. It's got a drawbar. The drawbar's in good shape. It's got a roller on it. It's got the PTO shield. Like, it's got the fenders. Although the light should be right here, and there again somebody put a lever on to run the PTO as opposed to the proper one, but they kept the proper light bracket intact and stuff, so you can mount that back down there. This tire is smiling a bit more, but it still is serviceable, I think, for a little while at least. It's got an old loader frame on it. Wilson Auto elected 1100, should be 964 is the correct. Yeah, it's correct number, just rebuilt by Wilson. Yeah, magnetos are not, like, the distributors were available on these too, but mags are, the fact that it's got a mag is no big surprise. The diesels usually do that. I don't know what the heck they're doing. Oh, I see, they built their own fuel gauge system is what they did here. That's a homemade fuel gauge someone put on it, and they put a horn on it and stuff. I wonder what they did all that for. But it is a nice old tractor. You see, they did put the newer style hydraulic pump on this too. They just made it a homemade system. They just put a tank on it and made it work. It's nice. It's actually quite a nice old tractor. I don't know if this tractor's seized or not. We could try. I don't think it's seized. Oh yes, it is. It's stuck, I think. I think it's stuck. Can't tell if I've turned the bottom pulley or not. No, I'm not. It's stuck. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it could be seized up. I'll double check that. I've got to just try and see if I can prove it's loose. It might, you know, I can't, I think it's seized, unfortunately, but it's still a nice old tractor. So there you go. Here's a little Allis Chalmers tractor, WD. Yeah, it is a WD. It's not a 45. It's the 45, I think, has a curved gear shift, and this one does not. It's got good dual rib fronts, and they look okay. They're little, you know, they're serviceable. Back tires look really good, and it's got power adjusted rears, which is common on an Allis. These are a good little tractor, and then it's got just a drawbar, and it's got hydraulics on it. Fenders don't look too bad, actually. A little crack here fixed, but the rears are nice. The rear tires are very nice. This is a nice tractor. Look how nice and straight the hood is, and the fuel tank and stuff. Like, it'd be okay. It'd be okay. You just verify and see if it's. I don't think it's loose though. I'll try turning the other side. Sometimes. Oh yeah, the engine's free. So this, and there's a battery on it, so it might be I think it could be a runner. So there you go. Look how nice the grill is and stuff. This is a nice tractor. It's got the headlights on it. It's a real nice Allis for somebody. Here's a W-4 somebody reversed. Turned they turned the, must have made a forklift or something out of it. They turned the wheels around. WBH 15429, so it'd be 1946. I don't care for the fact that it's missing the air cleaner pipe. That kind of bugs me. Yeah, the engine's loose. It's got good tires, 16 926s, so it's got big tires, and of course the fenders are missing. But it's interesting how they reversed it anyways. I think they need it for a forklift or a loader or something like that on it. Some guys do that, but there you go. Here's a grain auger. Looks like a Honda engine or something like that. Here's a rock picker. This is a Leon rock picker. Looks good actually. Here's another rock picker. This style, if you don't have many rocks, it works fine. Crown compact rock picker, okay. Here's a great big Rock-O-Matic rock picker with great big rubber on it and everything. Here's a nice number 11 John Deere trailing sickle mower. Here's a plow of some kind. It's not an International. I think it's probably a Massey. Not sure, but it's a 4-bomb plow. Here's a New Holland side delivery rake, I think. Actually, it's everything else is. It could be even John Deere. It's hard. No, it's New Holland or Massey, I think. This cultivator looks like a Graham home. Here, this is a Massey side delivery rake. Here's a very nice Cockshutt disc, although the disc blades are getting bad on it. It's done a lot of work. Here's a Massey-Ferguson shit spreader. This one floor looks good in it and stuff. Here's a feed wagon of some kind. Caston 325 shit spreader. I'm not so sure there's even a beater on this thing. I'll check it out. Just the way it's built, but this has an end gate that lifts up. No, a beater's missing on this one. That's a shit spreader nonetheless. Here's a set of John Deere 9350 drills. Sold by Phillips Zyke Equipment Limited, Athabasca, so it's northern Alberta. This actually looks in good shape, this set of John Deere drills. Look like 16s or 8-footers a piece. There's another Caston 325 manure spreader. This one looks better. It's got the beater with it and stuff. Here's a set of 620 drills. These are just 8-footers. They just got single dollies up front. These have the rubber wheels on it. I don't care for that with our ground with all the rocks, but in places where they don't have a lot of rocks, they look okay. Left the fertilizer attachment open. Looks good inside. Good set of drills for somebody. Here's a Degelman dozer blade for the front of a big tractor. This looks like a New Holland sickle mower. Here's a little box scraper. Looks like a really good one actually. Post pounder. And here's a big transfer auger. This is a big sucker. This is like 16-17 inch, I think. It's huge. Here's another 645 chisel or vibra chisel. This one's got 4-inch furrowers on it too. Got Noble Heroes out. The Heroes are wore out, but I like these 645 chisel Viva chisels. They're really heavy duty, good outfits. Here's another huge Rock-O-Matic rock picker. Here's an old Ford baler, just parts. This looks like a Willinga grain vac. Here's a little broadcaster for fertilizer. Yeah, this looks like a Ford plow, a really nice one. Real heavy duty. Actually, it's in good shape too. It's in good shape, a 5-bottom Ford plow. It looks like the moldboard, and although the shins, it needs shins, may not be in as good a shape as I think. It's got quite the coulters on it. They're discs instead. They're curved discs, like a disc blade instead of a straight coulter. So there you go. Here's a Massey-Ferguson chisel. Here's a Secondiac auger. Looks like 2 of them. And this is another auger, PTO driven one of some kind. Here's a Massey tractor. It's missing the tin work on it. It's got batteries on it and stuff. It might be a runner, I don't know. It might be, I think, oh, there's parts taken off of it more. I think it's a parts tractor. 18438 rears. I think this must be an 11. Oh, there it is. There's the tin for it and stuff. There's not much wrong with it. You'd think they'd put, I think it's 1130. You'd think they'd put the tin on it to take it to the auction, though, make it look a lot better. But it is what it is. There's a Massey 1130 parts tractor, we'll call it, for somebody, or fixer-upper, whatever. Here's an old Wilmar fertilizer spreader, broadcaster. Looks nice. Here's a Kello built disc. These are good disc. And it's in good shape too. A big offset disc. It's older, but it's in good shape. Here's a post pounder. Here's a John Deere disc, a field disc. This one also looks like it's in good shape, although they took a hub off of each side for some reason. Here's a little gyro mower. Here's a Snowco, or maybe built by somebody else. I call them Snowcos, but they're a rotary screen cleaner. Here's a John Deere 569 baler, 556. And a couple 535 and a 530. Here looks like about an 18-foot 45 chisel Viber shank. Needs some shovels on it though. Here's another big Rock-O-Matic rock picker with the rake built into it. And here's a Leon rock picker. We're having a rock picking good time at this sale, and instead of Allied Heroes with Diamond Heroes. Here's a nice heavy field disc. It's missing the tires on the inside. It had duals and they only left singles on it. Here's a tiny little Melrow drill. This is only 6 foot. I think I could lay across it. Looks like the bees thought it would be a good place to build their home too. Here's a nice heavy offset disc of some kind. Here's an old GMC grain truck, 1940s, 1950s. Got a dent in the door here and stuff. Here's an old Pacific truck. It's got a great big box on it. Somehow these guys are involved with IH somehow. IH was involved with Pacific somehow. I think they're Canadian built, I think. Interesting old truck. This is quite a box. Well, it's for silage, I think. real heavy old truck. It's got 22.5s at. Those are not, those are tubeless tires at, and they're decent looking rubber. Oh, the drive shaft's missing on it, so that's a heck of a box on it, but it's got good rubber on it for though. That's interesting. Here's an old Ford grain truck, an F700 with a grain box, and here's a Chevy C65 probably with a grain box. Here's a little John Deere shit spreader. Well, it's not that little, but it's got an interesting beater on the back. Mile 44, okay, so this would be newer than the John Deere R shit spreaders, but it's actually in good shape other than the wood. You just change the wood and it'd be a nice outfit. Here's a real tiny little grain auger, a 6-inch, but it's just a short one with bigs on it for power. Here's a John Deere 8630. I don't like the fact that the exhaust is uncovered. Looks like 20.8 duals all the way around. The tires aren't that bad. There's an odd smile in them though, but they aren't bad. It's supposed to be in run on the highway because you can see paint's peeling off, so rust. Other than that, it's not bad. Like it's straight, but 4-wheel drives are though. It's got 3 remotes in the drawbar, PTO. Actually, rubber's pretty decent for the most part. That like this for a dual, this one's okay. Nice old tractor for somebody. So there's a nice John Deere 8630. Well, we're in John Deere rows, so have a look. Here's John Deere 4450 with John Deere loader. Grapple on it, front wheel assist. It's not a bad old tractor, nice tires on the back. Well, this one is, the other one's down, but it's got triple remotes and a drawbar on it, PTO. These are quite popular. So there you go. It's chin's ripped a bit there, but other than that, I don't think it's too bad. So there you go. Here's a 4955 John Deere. Front wheel assist again. This is a big tractor. He's well over 200 horse, I think, or I wouldn't say well over, but a bit for sure. It's got duals on. I think these are 42-inch. Or the 18.442s or something like that. They're radials. No, they're 46, so they're 18.446, so they're tall tires. It's got a 3-point on it. And the drawbar. 3 remotes on it. So there you go. The rubber is actually good, although this has some smiles in it. It's still good. And they're Michelin, so they're brand name. So there you go. My guess is this is a successor of that. This is an 8200 John Deere front wheel assist. It's got big rubber on it. These are a fairly big tractor, I think. The newer version. This has got fat front tires. They're 28s, but they're fat tires, and it's got new rubber all the way around. That's worth something. It's got clamp-on duals. They're 42s on it. This one's also got a 3-point hitch and 3 remotes on it. It's a good outfit for somebody. So there you go. Well, I like the stuff here alright. There's not a lot here yet, but there's some good stuff. Well, God bless you. I'll catch you at the next one. Please like and subscribe.